Today we are discussing about a parallel operation of alternators. So this is in module 3 of your syllabus, and this lecture is part 4 of this module. So today we are giving an introduction for this parallel operation. So an alternator is connected with another alternator or with a common bus bar. This process is known as synchronizing, or this is the parallel operation. Alternators are connected with each other in parallel, or it can be connected with a bus bar, common bus bar. So an electrical system, a normal electrical system will be having so many alternators connected in parallel, and loads are connected to it. Now, if an alternator is connected to a bus bar, and whatever the power delivered by the alternator to the load, independent of that, its voltage and frequency of that system will be remaining same. And that type of a bus bar is known as infinite bus bar. So in an infinite bus bar, if an alternator is connected to an infinite bus bar, then whatever the power delivered from the alternator, it will not affect the voltage and frequency of the system. If the frequency is 50 Hertz and voltage is around, if it is 11 kV, voltage level, then it will be remaining constant irrespective of the behavior of load. So that bus bar is known as infinite bus bar. So an alternator may be connected in parallel with each other, or it may be connected to an infinite bus bar. So that process is known as synchronizing of alternators. So what are the advantages of the connection, of this type of connection or parallel operation? If a single alternator is there, it can deliver some power to the load. If several alternators are connected, it can deliver more load or bigger load than a single alternator. If one or more alternators are shut down during the period of light loads, the remaining alternators can be operated at a near or full load with a greater efficiency. If one machine is taken out for maintenance, the remaining machines can supply the power without affecting the continuity of the system. If there is a breakdown of generator, there is no interruption of the power supply. And any number of machines can be added without disturbing the installation. So any number of machines can be added to fulfill the increasing future demand of the load. And this parallel operation will be reducing the operating cost and the cost of the energy generation, and it ensures greater security of supply and enables overall economic generation. So this point you should remember. It may be asked for your exams. What are the advantages of the parallel operation? Now there are some necessary conditions for this parallel operation. One condition is the terminal voltage, that is the rated voltage. Normally we will be specifying the voltage rating of an alternator like a 3-phase 415 volt 50 Hertz alternator operating at a power factor of 0.8 power factor like that. So whatever the voltage specified, that is the terminal voltage V. So that voltage of all the machines, all the alternators connected in parallel should be same. If an alternator is connecting in parallel with another alternator, the terminal voltage of both of these machines should be same. Or if it is connected with a bus bar or infinite bus bar, then this alternator should have a terminal voltage same as the bus bar voltage. Now the second condition is frequency of the generated voltage of the incoming machine should be same as the frequency of the machine which is operating or the bus bar frequency. And the third condition is phase sequence should be same. So these are the three conditions. One is terminal voltage should be same. Second one is frequency should be same. And so one is terminal voltage and second one is frequency and the third one is phase sequence. Now what is phase sequence actually? Phase sequence is the order at which voltage is appearing. We can say it is a three-phase voltage. So if the R phase voltage is like this, it is a sinusoidal AC voltage. After 120 degree only Y phase voltage will be there, and after 120 degree this B phase voltage will be there. So this is R, this is Y, this is B. So anyone watching from this point will be seeing this R first, then Y, then B. So you can say RYB is the phase sequence. Now if anyone looking from this point, he will be seeing Y first, then B, then R. It is the same system. So RYB, YBR and BRY. If anyone looking from this point, he will be seeing B first, then R, then Y. So all these three are same actually. RYB, YBR and BRY are representing the phase sequence. So what is the another phase sequence? If R is coming first, R phase voltage is coming first, then B phase voltage after 120 degree only Y phase voltage is there. So this is R, this is B and this is Y. So this is another phase sequence because after R, B is coming here, then only Y is coming. So anyone looking from here will be seeing B first, then Y, then R. Anyone from here will be seeing Y first, then R, then B. So RBY, BYR and YRB are the same phase sequences. So there are two groups, two possibilities are there. Either it is RYB or it is RBY. So whenever the alternators are connected in parallel, phase sequence of these two voltages must be the same. So these are the necessary conditions for the connection of alternators. This you may be studied in case of transformer also. There also we are discussing the same thing, and terminal voltage will be there. Actually, in case of a transformer, it is not terminal voltage, it is induced EMF, because in a transformer the rated voltage is induced EMF E. So the condition will be like that only. E1 and E2 of both transformers, E1 by E2, that turns ratio should be same for both the transformers. And there will not be any condition like this frequency. Instead of that, we can see that polarity should be same and the phase sequences should be same in case of transformers. But here the three parameters you have to note down. One is terminal voltage, another one is frequency, and the third one is phase sequence. So the first condition is for that, if we are verifying it by using a voltmeter connected in between two systems. So if two alternators are there, in between these two we are connecting voltmeters, and we are checking whether the voltages are equal or not. And in case of the second and third conditions are checked by using synchroscope or lamp method. So if this condition is all the conditions, if it is not satisfied, means what will happen? There will be a circulating current in between the systems. That means here we are having a generator, here we are having another generator. Both the generators are supplying load, we can say. Both the generators are supplying load, and these are connected in parallel. So these are connected in parallel and these are supplying load. So how the current should flow in this system? Current should flow to the load only, to the load. From both the generators, current should flow to the load. So if we are having a same voltage in both the systems, then no current will flow in between the systems. If the voltages are not same, here we are having a voltage, say for the second system the voltage, if the voltage is different, there are at both the alternators are at two different potentials, and what will happen, a current will flow in between the systems. So that current is known as circulating current. This should not flow because in a parallel operation, these both the alternators should supply current to the load. So this circulating current should not be there in case of a parallel operation. So if these conditions, not only in case of voltage, but in case of frequency and this phase sequence also, if they are not satisfied, then also this there will be an issue of circulating current. So how we can verify this condition, that is specified here. Now we have to discuss about synchroscope and Lamb method. I will be planning to give an assignment for this, so I'll give that questions later, and now I'm stopping here. We will be continuing the next class. Thank you.